This is the thermal curl prep section for your state board test. Right now we just have the supplies necessary for that section of the examination. Your section clips, your thermal curler, combs, and etc. So right now what I'm about to do is to prepare the hair for sectioning and curling. Of course, everything is started with detangling. So for the thermal curl section of the examination, you will need to prep the hair overnight because the test isn't done with a hot thermal iron. You'll need to use a cold iron at the examination. So with prepping the hair or pre-curling it the night before, it allows for a easier transition and easier work for you when you go to the test, because we all know that if you use a cold iron to curl straight hair, it's probably not gonna happen. It won't happen really. So with prepping the hair the night before, at least the memory of the curl is in the hair. So when you go to curl it the next day with the curling iron, you'll have the memory of the curl and your curl will form easier. So the sectioning is a section on the top crown section, and the next section is a section on the side. You can do the left side or the right side, doesn't matter. And for the curls, you will have 3 curls on the top and 4 curls on the side. So once again, sectioning the hair just allows for a easier work surface and also allows you to have control of the hair. So those are our 2 sections that we will now begin to curl. Top section, and that's how you will section it in the crown. And you will have 1 on the side right there. So right there, I'm just showing you how you can find the top section, and it's just really in the front right there. Just pinning that one out the way so it doesn't bother me. All right, so you will need to test your iron on a piece of paper. It can be neck strip, it can be a piece of tissue, but it needs to be white so that you can see if your iron is too hot. So on the day of your exam, you'll also do that as well. Even though you're using a cold iron, you still need to show them that you know how to test your iron. And now we'll begin to curl. So the subsection that you're taking out will need to be at least the width of the barrel of your iron. Test it on the top of the hair and on the underside. I guess I didn't do the underside, but anyhow, you put the iron in the hair, and as you open and close the iron, you pull it straight up to get the hair to wrap around the barrel. The ends of the hair right there is what you will need to get right inside the barrel, because if it's not completely inside the barrel, you're gonna have what's called a fish hook. So to get that hair inside the barrel, you open and close your iron and make sure you put the comb under the bottom of the iron to protect the client's scalp from getting burned. And to remove the hair from the iron, you open and close, and use your comb to slide the hair off the iron. Next, what we're going to do is use our double prong clips to clip the curl in place. That clip you'll place on the inside of your curl right there, and that will hold your curl in place. The pin must not sit on the outside of the hair. Next is our second section. Remember, we need 4 curls on the side. So again, you use the iron to smooth the top section of the hair and the bottom section of the hair. And now we will make our curl again. Open and close, turn, open and close, turn, and I'm still holding on to the ends of that hair because you need to get that end all the way inside the barrel. Click, click, turn, click, click, turn. And as soon as you notice the ends will be on its way in, now that's when you will use the comb on the bottom of the hair to protect the client's scalp from getting burned. And while the hair is all the way around the barrel, you still see I am clicking and turning, and that will help to release the hair from the iron. Notice I have the comb under the curl. It's just to keep the curl in place so it doesn't fall down. Yeah, fall a little bit, or fell a little bit, but. So this is our third curl. Top, bottom, and curl. Open and close your iron, holding on to the ends of the hair. Wrap it around your barrel. Remember to always open and close with your iron, and place your comb under the bottom to prevent burning the client. When you have too much hair wrapped around the iron, you won't be able to open and close the iron. And so sometimes it might feel a little bit tight, and that's because the hair is not completely inside the iron, like the ends of the hair is sticking out. So make sure that the ends of the hair is always inside the iron, and that will allow you to have more control while you curl. And sometimes what will happen is when you're pulling the iron out from the hair, once again, that's because the ends of the hair is not inside the barrel of the iron. So once that hair starts to get stuck on the iron, just open and close the iron, and that will release the hair from inside. So I'm going to clip my curl on the inside, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 curls on the side. All right, and notice the location of the pins. So our next subsection we're going to move to will be the top section. And how many curls do we need on the top? We need only 3 curls. You can start working from the back. I believe working from the back makes it a little bit easier. And of course, while you're curling the hair, the curl needs to be curled away from the face. So standing behind the mannequin helps to make this easier for you. Just smooth the hair on the front and on the back and apply our iron. Open and close, turn. Open and close. You may notice that my iron went, close enough to the hair on the bottom, but it still hasn't touched her scalp. Make sure you always use the comb to protect the scalp from getting burnt when you're using your iron at the test, even though it will be a cold iron. The purpose of doing so is to show the proctor that you know how to take care of your client, you know how to perform a service without causing harm to the client, and without burning the client's scalp if you're using a hot iron. Next is our second section. I'm just gonna clip that out the way. And we're gonna do our second subsection right there. Hopefully by the time you get to this curl right here, you'll have a better understanding of how to use an iron. And also you'll feel a little bit more comfortable using an iron as well, because I know a lot of barbers do not use curling irons, which is understandable. You're a barber, not a stylist. So make sure you're practicing these techniques at home so that when you go to your test, you're not dropping the iron, or you're not forgetting to place the comb under the bottom of the hair, or you're not forgetting to test the temperature of your iron when you go to your test. You just keep practicing. Make sure the size of the iron you use is big enough for the length of the hair, because if you use an iron that's too small for the length of the hair, what will happen is the iron will not curl the hair properly and you're gonna have a difficult time. All right, so now we have our last subsection, which is our third piece, and we're gonna finish our curl with the same technique we've been using. Open and close your iron, clicking down on the top section of your iron. I don't know why I can't think of the parts of the iron right now, but that's the part that's used to control opening and closing the iron. All right, so this will be the final part of our curl. Remember to open and close the iron when you're removing it from the hair. And I'm gonna put a clip inside there to keep my curl in place. And you can do this on the day of your test while you're at the state board as well. Use the clips to hold the hair in place. All right, so now our curl is complete. We have 3 on the top, 4 on the sides. And when you prep the mannequin at home, you will not take her to the state board like this. So remove the clips. You might want to run your fingers through it just to kind of take the obvious curl out, or the obvious curl pattern out. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm taking out the clips and I'm just gonna run my fingers through it just a little bit, just to kind of mess it up, I guess. So remember, please do not bring the mannequin with the roller curls or with the pins in the hair the day of your examination. She needs to go in the test looking crazy like this. All right, so that will take us to the end of our prep demonstration, and thank you for watching.